Good afternoon. Well, good afternoon to you. Um, Hold on. Let me get my stuff together. Okay. Let's go. Let's get it. Hello. How you doing? It's been a minute. I haven't been here for a while. Well, hello. Welcome to my courtroom because there's a lot of stuff to discuss today. I do not have an agenda. I do not have all of the stuff together today, but it was just in my spirit that we need to have a conversation about a multitude of things. Be very clear. This is a broad range of topics, a lot of things that people need to be intentional with. And I primarily focus on when I'm on live, my advocacy work, particularly in the Tampa Bay area, the Tampa Bay community. So that is Hillsborough County, that is Pinellas County, that is Manatee County, that's Polk County, that's Pasco County. And we've even received messages about us coming to Hernando County. Won't God do it? Won't God do it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So welcome to my courtroom. Hey Terry, how you doing? So while I'm here, let's go ahead and just do a health update because I've been very transparent about my open heart procedure and just my journey. I still have heart block. Okay. And so that basically means that my heart is not communicating in the way that it needs to. I have an upcoming procedure on August the 11th, folks. August the 11th, I am going to get a pacemaker, y'all. So keep me uplifted in prayer. But I can't wait to be cleared to go to the gym. I can't wait to where I'm cleared to do the activities that I used to do because being on house arrest is not fun. Now, let's move forward because before I even get started talking about all of this, I got to run back my disclaimer and play that because, again, I'm not here to gossip. I'm here to provide receipts. And I just find it funny how people want to play games. So let's go ahead and play the disclaimer. Thank you, church members, as we have additional announcements and disclaimers that require your full attention. I report the news, so don't try me with the copyright. In addition, the views and opinions on Morning Tea and allegations belong to me. If you have any questions, bring your receipts so that we can talk. If you get froggy with me, don't expect me to go high and be the bigger person. I will clap back in sage later. God is still working on me. Thank you for your attention and govern yourselves accordingly. Amen. Amen. Again, hey mama, how you doing? I just hope that y'all understand that there is a reason and a purpose for everything that I do. And if you don't understand it, it's cool because it's God's assignment, not yours. And speaking of that, let's have a conversation about the church. Okay, let's have a conversation because we need to have some conversations about this. Dear pastors, okay, some of y'all are out here using the church to finance your lifestyle. Some of you are preaching the word of God, but in the background, you out here procreating a whole bunch of children. You out here not taking care of your children. You out here harming children. And I'm telling you, we are looking into IRS exemptions and we are getting them snatched. So I hope and pray for these pastors and these ministers that's out here claiming that they are on a mission for God, that you really on that mission for God. Because I'm telling you, the IRS, when they come snatch your IRS certificates because y'all not doing what y'all supposed to do, that's gonna hurt. It is. And it's just so interesting how we are just seeing a decline of particular the black church, for example, by people's own hands. So while y'all want to just go out here and just pray and literally pray, PREY, and y'all out here robbing the hood and saying that y'all are doing it for the culture. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I hope that some of these pastors be aware, particularly in the Tampa Bay community, because we looking at churches, we following the money with some of y'all church members that are speaking, and we are going after IRS certificates. So I hope that you get this message, and for the pastors, I hope that y'all govern yourselves accordingly. Okay, let's move forward. Hey, Tabri. Yes, I am in good spirits, honey. I am. Because you know what? God is good. God is so good. And I can't wait to share my book and share this journey. Me having to have open heart surgery has really opened the door for me to really sit and evaluate what I want to do, what I don't want to do, what I desire to be and not desire to be. And also, it made me rest. You know, rest is something that is your birthright. And I know I'm like off tangent here, but I don't even have an agenda. So I don't even know why I said that. But people, please prioritize your peace. Please prioritize getting your health checked. If I did not go to my primary care physician, which is a Black woman, by the way, if I did not go get a checkup, I would have never known that I had a severe regurgitation in one of my heart valves. I would have never known that I had stage 4 endometriosis. I would have never known the severity of some of the heart conditions that I'm dealing with had I not seen my PCP. So if you don't have a primary care physician, a PCP, I am telling you, you need to do that. You need to find a doctor that you can trust, that you can have conversations with. You need to make sure that you are prioritizing your health, folks, because there's only one you. There's only one body, and you have to take care of that body. Hey, Sonia, peace and love to you. And yes, Mama, I can't wait till you come home, but you are living your best life over there. So I'm just letting you have it. Hey, Travis. Yes, I listen, I am doing well. God is good. And I just thank y'all for the love. It's great to be back. But the question is, who do I see? So I will definitely make sure that I post her information so that you can go see her. She recently moved out of Baycare. Thank God. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But my physician is amazing. And so I'll make sure that I provide that information to you. But yes, to Jamie's comment, listen to your body. I don't know um, how important that was until this situation came up where I had to be forced to listen to my body. And as you know, I was on a weight loss journey. So, I literally was just trying to do everything I could to make sure that I was healthy. Y'all, I was over 327 pounds. Over 300 pounds. Can you imagine them doing open heart surgery if I was over 300 pounds? I okay. Hey, Jessica. Thank you, love. Yes. You have to take care of yourself. The comments, I have Baycare. What's wrong with it? Okay. So when I first met with my cardiologist, Dr. Sharma, he was in the Baycare system. Baycare is so large and their systems don't talk to one another. So I literally had to fight with Baycare so that they can transfer my records to TGH so that TGH could take over my procedure because Baycare did not have what I needed to get done in order to have my open heart procedure. So as far as Baycare is concerned, it's just the infrastructure. But we're seeing that a lot of medical infrastructures are just not where it needs to be. So um, that's just my personal beef with them because I literally had to fight with them to make sure that my medical records went to Tampa General Hospital, which was a nightmare, but it's all good now. All good. Okay. So, number one, I talked about these pastors. Number two, we're going to talk about Hillsborough County School District for a minute because there's a lot of stuff that is going on here. And I need y'all to be intentional. Okay. Now, we've been here before. When I say we've been here before, we've been here where educators have been fighting to get paid what they're worth. Mm-hmm. And the district made promises to these educators that they were going to pay the educators and support staff what they're worth, their steps, and everything that they're entitled to. Okay. Now, I just want to take a flashback moment because I keep videos for days. Okay. I want to go back to a news article, or a video rather, that was posted in 2018 when Hillsborough County Public Schools had promised the educators $4,000 if their reviews were great for 3 years. Let's go ahead and run it back.
Of Hillsborough County teachers are planning to demand promised raises this afternoon.
ABC Action News reporter Lauren Rosella is live outside the school board headquarters. And Lauren, these teachers say by not giving them these promised raises, the district is also hurting students.
That's right. That's what they tell me. They say that they're already paying for many of their own school supplies, and now they're not getting raises. They're planning to go right through these doors, pack the school board meeting later today to demand that school leaders pay out what was promised.
We're not asking for anything extra. We're just asking what was promised, and the district is not honoring that.
Teachers have gone to the school board before, the district promising them $4,000 raises after 3 years of good reviews. But now the district says they've already paid out millions in pay and benefit increases, and tell us with the budget problems they have right now, they just can't afford them. Teachers also staging their own rallies, even working to the contract, which means no after-school homework grading or activities, but still they have not come to a collective bargaining agreement. Now back out here live, teachers again will pack this meeting today at 3 p.m. Parents are also encouraged to come and give their feedback to the school board. We have all the details for that on abcactionnews.com. Just click on this story. Reporting live in Tampa this morning, Lauren Rosella, ABC Action News.
That was in 2018. Okay. We're going to continue because we've been fighting about this. Let's go ahead and roll this clip.
Avery Cotton is live at the Teacher Association building. Avery, this is something that has to be settled before the start of the next school year.
That's right. Good morning to you, Evan. And this fight has been going on for months now. Now, the board has put forth an offer, but will it be enough for those who want that full raise?
What it means for me is, how do I financially plan for my own future? And I'm still making what I've made the last 3 years.
Now, the board recently announced an offer of $30 million to the teachers, although that is not enough to cover the full amount it would take to give all of them their raises. For months, Hillsborough County teachers have protested, showed up at school board meetings, and organized events to demand a pay raise they say they'd been promised. A spokesman for the school district says the pay raise is written into a pay contract with the union, but can only be put into place if funds are available. The raise is also subject to negotiation with the union, and right now the county claims it just doesn't have enough money for the full amount. So a lot still to be discussed here at today's meeting. That meeting is set for 2 o'clock this afternoon. Of course, we'll keep you posted on what the decision is. Evan?
All right. Thank you very much, Avery.
Okay. So we have seen this, right? I think that when we have a conversation about the raises, I think that we need to look at the bigger picture here. So number one, when you have a district where they have the most underperforming schools in the state, let me say that again. When you have a school district that has the most underperforming schools in the state, that comes with a price tag. Okay. That price tag comes from external that price tag comes with external operators. The price tag comes with additional charter schools that have been created due to state mandates. There are a multitude of issues that have compounded this financial issue with Hillsborough County Public Schools that I think that people are missing. Yes. Has the district been mismanaging money? Absolutely. If you've seen any of my programming for the past 3 years, I have clearly outlined some of the issues that have been taking place in this district. I have highlighted key employees responsible for that. And to be quite honest with you, some of those employees still have a job. Mm-hmm. However, when you have the most underperforming schools in the state, and you have all of these unfunded mandates that come from Tallahassee, a whole nother conversation. This district is in some serious trouble. And so I have been inundated with questions. People have asked me, how would I vote if I was voting for the millage, which I can't vote for it, folks. I live in Pinellas County. I keep telling y'all that. So it's not on my ballot. But this is what I will say. I will say that the district needs the money. Now, will they use the money for teachers' raises? Well, I'm gonna be very transparent with you, and I've been posting it on my page. Okay, the MOU is very vague and is not anything that's legally binding. So, for the narratives that continue to be spread about this MOU and is legally enforceable, and we'll take them to court and yada yada whoop de whoop, right? In 2018, they promised y'all $4,000, and y'all literally out here chanting. Let me go ahead and roll the clip. Mm-hmm. So, you know, now the union has declared an impasse. We don't know what's going to happen as far as what the district is going to be able to do. But when you have certain members on this school board that have made it very clear that they're not very sure about their role and their responsibility, and the narratives about trust and all of that stuff that comes up from people who were on the finance committee. And you have some people on the finance committee that are still talking about the financial obstacles in this district. But when I literally showed you the receipts of these meetings that they had, they weren't talking about this. So I don't know necessarily what to tell y'all. And that's why I felt like, I needed to come on live to just express that, with a multitude of other things that we need to address, because I just find it funny how some of y'all are wilding on this social media app. The cap on this app is real. And why some of y'all just volunteer and just lie is beyond me. But I do want to play a clip, and I'm pulling it up. It's in Melissa Snively's folder that I have on my drive. And it's just her talking about the finances. Okay. I played it once before, but I'm going to play it again because I need y'all to see your school board members, the finance committee members that are talking about this budget, who has no idea what's going on. So let's roll the clip.
Okay, Member Snively, you're recognized.
So first, thank you for your presentation. Just for I could just be speaking for myself. When you are going through the report, it would be really helpful to reference the page numbers that you're on when you're speaking. So, and also it would help to keep up with the presentation that's being presented, because they were not quite keeping up with that. So as they were talking about one particular page, that we were stuck on the first page of the 3-year trends. So just as a for logistical purposes. The other thing I think that would also be helpful is page 20. It's 24. I think it's page 24. It's missing out of my paper stack here, but it's basically the. I always think it's helpful to make sure that we're focusing on the month end of the general fund. And make sure that we take a moment to look closely at that particular slide to see where we are with our general fund, as well as taking that extra time to, where is, there it is, page 48 of the presentation, 48 of 66. What might also be helpful is, right now I know we're only doing a previous year to this year, but I think that's a little bit of partially why the board may have not noticed the trend in the fund balance, is because we're only looking at the previous year compared to the current year. And if we could have seen, and I'm not making an excuse, I'm just saying that this would be helpful information just for not only for us, but probably for the public too, is to see the trend over time, maybe the last 3 to 5 years of the general fund each month, because then we could really see that there's a trend, going down. It'd be very clear for anyone who's looking at this to be able to see that the trend is going downward. The other thing too, I wouldn't mind seeing a trend in is on page 51, which is the general fund benefit expenditures. I think it would be helpful to see, well, actually I take that back because that's really on page 61. So the pie chart that we're looking at, just to confirm, is basically the information that's presented on 61, except 61 gives us a 3-year trend as opposed to just the 1-year pie chart, right? Is that how
She's on the finance committee, folks.
Correct.
She was
And
on the
actually
finance
pie chart
committee.
is by function, where the trend analysis is by object.
Oh, okay. So
purpose of spend versus what you're buying.
right, okay. So it might be helpful to have that 3-year trend on the pie chart as well. And then the question I had, because there is a question in here, I promise,
Okay.
is that on page 61, does that include the state funding for increasing newer teacher salaries? Is that in here as well? And that's why it's going up from 184 to 201. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Snively. Member Vaughn, then I have a few questions. You're recognized, Member Vaughn.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I had 2 kind of point/questions. When we had gone over this, I had questions on our revenue page of the general budget, line item 3310. And I think that when we're talking about our budget workshop, one of the good things to include in it would be something like this, where at the beginning of the budget, the state gives us a certain amount of money that's to be allocated for scholarships or charter schools or whatnot that we have to actually use when we're balancing our budget. However, throughout the year, they can at any time take that money away from us, causing a shortfall, which if you notice, that's $26 million that was suddenly taken out of our general funds, which luckily it seems like we were able to recoup from our property taxes and juggle some money around. But I think we need to have a conversation about how when we start out our budget, we have so much money that we count on that we have to budget within our general fund that says we're going to get it from the state. But throughout the year, based on charter school enrollment or McKay scholarships or other factors that pass through our budget, that money is taken away. Because if we didn't have the taxes to mitigate this, that would be another $26 million shortfall in our budget. And I think we need to understand that and talk about that and have the public understand that as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, while I'm here, I just want to just give a round of applause to Jessica Vaughn, because I mean, she's still asking really great questions to this day. But you heard it, Melissa Snively, the couldn't even read the pie chart, didn't understand what was on these financial documents, but she was serving on the finance committee, and she's been serving on this board since 2016, maybe before then. But she's currently the longest sitting school board member that's on that dais today. The longest sitting school board member on that dais. Okay. Now, to the voters, I'm glad that Sis didn't run for re-election. Now, again, there was allegations that she wanted to run for county commissioner, and those Republicans told her to sit her behind down and know that wasn't going to work. So now she's going to focus on her business. That's great. Maybe She can, use her time to look at the financial documents in her business and figure that stuff out over there, because it's very clear that she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do on this board. Now, I just find it funny how we haven't really had any media talk about the finance committee and what their duties and responsibilities were as to why we are in this situation, why we continue to have these conversations, because we can't continue to blame COVID. I played something pre-COVID where teachers didn't get their raises. So why? Now, if y'all recall, when the whole budget fiasco came out, they blamed Jeff. And Jeff had sent a letter and basically told y'all to keep my name out your mouth. Now, I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all, but this is what I will tell you is that we've been talking about this for years now, and the fact that we are here at a point where you have taxpayers that can barely afford their rent. Rent has gone sky high in the Tampa Bay area. It is outrageous. It is outrageous the amount of businesses that are purchasing property in the Tampa Bay area. It is outrageous how rent has increased in the way that it has. It's outrageous the property taxes that have increased in Tampa. In fact, Tampa apparently has been this hot spot, and I'm still trying to figure out why. But nonetheless, voters in Hillsborough in particular, the ones that have been asking me this question, this is what I'm going to say. I would not vote yes unless Marie Whalen in Human Resources and Chris Farkas in Operations are removed from their position. I'm going to say that again. I would not vote yes on this millage unless the chief of human capital, I'm going to just leave that there because that name is outrageous. Chief of Human Capital, Marie Whalen, okay? And Operations, Chris Farkas. If they still have a job, vote no. Vote no. Because the reason why I say that is because there's literally a clip where the board members was upset that they increased salaries for folks that wasn't even board approved. And they got on this dais to talk about how hurt they was and how the only reason why Gretchen brought it up was because of Addison Davis, which, by the way, that CFO that has been with Hillsborough County Public Schools, she out. And she is in St. Johns County. Speaking of, I just find it funny how Kim Bays, who was the chief of schools, who then moved to be chief of innovation, is now in St. Johns County too. What is happening in this district? I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out. So let's talk about Kim Bays for a second. Kim Bays came to this district. Addison Davis had brought her on as part of the transition team. The transition team that was intentionally picked out by Addison Davis to accelerate Hillsborough is what he said. And that he made sure that he had key leaders to the table to make sure that we accelerate Hillsborough and that we do X, Y, and Z. Kim Bays came into this district like a wrecking ball. You hear me? I have requested her emails. I've yet to still receive the emails to this day. She came into this district like a wrecking ball. She made all these decisions and changes as the chief of schools. And then the next thing I know is that she was being moved to innovation so that she can be where she thrives, is what was stated. Because I asked, because I wanted to know Why did Kim Bays move from chief of schools to innovation? And I was told that she needed to move into a department where she can thrive. Oh, she was thriving all right, and she is right there at St. Johns County with the previous CFO of the 7th largest school district in the nation. Now, my question is, which I haven't did a public records request to find out because I'm still technically on my break of rest. But my question is, how many people did Addison bring into this transition team, and how many are still employed with this district? Because Michael Kemp gone. He wrote a whole letter upset and he left. And there's other people that have left this district too, that was right along and brought to this district, was paid a higher salary than what they was making before. And poof, they're gone. They're not working in this district anymore. And the question should be why. So, again, I say to the Hillsborough folks that continue to ask me my position on this referendum, the district needs the money. They are still in the operational deficit. However, there are some people that work in this district that have been responsible for this negligence, and they still have a job. Now, Lingray, you up? Because I just find it funny, Lingray, that you up there on the dais on Tuesday saying that we haven't had issues with our audits and that we haven't had any. So you know what? I'm just going ahead and pull up the receipt folder because it's very clear that we need to show some receipts around here, because there's just no way that y'all can just sit up here and lie, okay? Because these audits have highlighted some very serious things that still have not been addressed, still to this day. And so that's why I say to you voters that are voting for this, Addison hasn't been very transparent on who's really backing this referendum. In fact, there's some school board members that still don't know and have asked Addison Davis. And when the Tampa Bay Times had asked, he declined to comment and didn't provide them an answer. This is why I can understand why the Tampa Bay Times wrote multiple articles saying no, because they don't trust what Addison is saying. And do you blame them? Hell, some of the school board members don't even trust what Addison Davis is saying. So I listen, okay? It's not on my ballot. It's so and if you in Hillsborough, it's on yours. And ultimately, you have a choice to make. Now, there's narratives out here that say, while I'm pulling up this receipt book, there's narratives out here that say that if you vote no, that you are against education and you are against our teachers. And I disagree with that narrative. And the folks that are perpetuating this narrative, y'all need to cut it out and you need to stop it. Because at the end of the day, people have a choice. Just like in 2018, when there was a referendum on that ballot for our ACs and all of that. And you know what the district did? They bought a whole bunch of artificial turfs at certain schools so that the kids could play football on a premium field, and we don't have AC. Hello. Then when I talk about AC issues, you have school board members that hop on my page to tell me what's happening, but wasn't intentional to find out why I posted it in the first place. And I just find it funny how some of these school board members are so quick to defend the district without getting the receipts. And that's the problem. So I understand, Chair Nadia Combs, that you are currently the chair, that you want the district to look good. But I also have a problem when you have school board members like Karen Perez that's telling the truth on the dais, and then you go back at a workshop and tell her that that's not really happening. There's receipts. So let's pull this up. So we're going to go to the investigation folder. We're going to go to school districts, and I'll go ahead and share all of this with you because I have no problem. Share screen tab here. Okay, so we are in the school districts folder. We're going to go to Hillsborough County. Yes, we will. And we are going to look at the filing cabinet of receipts. Won't God do it? And we are going to pull up, it is follow the money folder. And then we're going to look at the Florida Auditor General Report. And there is a whole Google document that is created in here that opened in a new tab. So bear with me here. That outlines all of these recent reports. Okay. Now, for this particular purpose, we're going to pull up the report in 2018, which is when the district was saying, how we need to do better, and how Lynn Gray was perpetuating a narrative that, we've never had an issue. But I want to share with you this report. So hold on a second. Let me correct what I'm sharing. Yep. There we go. All right. So this is an operational audit. This report, March 2018. Okay. Now, we're going to just keep going down here, and I want you to see where it says here. During the 2016-2017 fiscal year, Jeff Akins served as superintendent of the Hillsborough County Schools, with the individuals served as school board members. Okay. We had Susan Valdez. We had Sally Harris. We had Melissa Snively. We had a transition between Doretha Edgecombe and Tammy Schamberger, April Griffin, Lynn Gray, and Carol Crudell. Okay. Now, this is what the report say in 2018 when they did this here. All right. The operational audit of Hillsborough County School District focused on district processes and administrative activities and included a follow-up on the findings reported in another report. Our operational audit disclosed the following. Y'all ready? Finding 1. District reports did not always evidence that the ad valorem tax levy proceeds were used for authorized purchases, resulting in questionable costs totaling $1.5 million. Finding 2. Required background screenings were not always performed for applicable instructional and non-instructional employees. Finding 3. District records did not demonstrate that the district conducted required searches of the names of prospective volunteers against the applicable registration information regarding sexual predators and sexual offenders. Now, let me pause right there, because literally, we've had news reports, countless at this point, where we've had sexual predators working at this school district, where there have been reports that there have been predators on campus inflicting harm on our children and still had a job and was not held accountable, folks. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. Let's move on. Finding 4. District procedures did not ensure that independent supervisory review and approval of time worked or leave taken by site administrators were documented. Finding 5. Contrary to the board-approved audit committee charter, the District Auditing Services Department did not obtain board approval of the department audit work plan for the 2016-2017 fiscal year, or communicate of record the progress and the results of the department audit activities to the board for the 2016-2017 fiscal year. Finding 6. The district did not always appropriately consider reliable and authentic records of college entrance examination scores and highly effective evaluations based in part on student performance when determining eligibility of charter school teachers for the Florida Best and Brightest Scholarship Awards. Finding 7. The district did not always document appropriate monitoring of charter school closures. Such monitoring is important to ensure that audit reports are timely completed and that other statutorily requirements related to charter school closures are met. Finding 8. District procedures for canceling P cards, which is purchasing card privileges, could be enhanced. Finding 9. As similarly noted in our report number 2015-169 and 2013-094, meaning that they reported this 2 separate times, the district did not offer students the required number of virtual instruction options. Now, this is the best one right here. Finding 10. Some unnecessary information technology user access privileges existed for increase the risk. Let me read that again. Some unnecessary information technology user access privileges existed that increased the risk that unauthorized disclosures of student social security numbers may occur. Now, in 2020, y'all remember that Hillsborough Virtual got hacked and those student socials was out there. Okay, y'all go back, look at the news. I done talked about it. Okay, this was a report in 2018. Okay, now let's go ahead and go look at this document here, and we'll go look at the audit in 2021. Since Lynn Gray want to get on this dais and lie. Okay. So this was for the fiscal end of June 30th, 2020. We're going to scroll down. During the 2019-20 fiscal year, Addison Davis served as the acting superintendent of the Hillsborough County Schools from March 23rd, 2020. Jeff Aikens served as superintendent before that date, and the following individuals served as school board members: Steve Kona, Stacy Hahn, Cindy Stewart, Melissa Snively, Tamara Schamberger, Karen Perez, and Lynn Gray. Now, here we go. Here we go. There's a certain part that I want to talk to y'all about. General fund budgetary highlights. Okay. During the fiscal year, okay, we're right here if you're following along. During the fiscal year, the district revised its budget and brought amendments to the district's governing board, school board, on a monthly basis. These amendments are needed to adjust the actual revenues and direct resources where needed. The school board approves the final amendment to the budget after fiscal end. Budget appropriations increased $63 million from the original budget to the final amended budget. The growth was due to increases in the number of approved charter schools and their corresponding enrollment, as well as additional expenditures incurred to the district. Now, before I went through all of this, I told y'all about this budget, and I told y'all how there are multiple factors as to why this budget is the way that it is. A lot of it has to do with unfunded mandates from the state. But when you have the largest school district, okay, one of the largest school districts, the third largest in the state, the seventh largest in the nation, that has the most underperforming schools in the state, it comes with a price tag. This is the price tag, folks. This is the price tag of underperformance. And it's not the teacher's fault. The teacher's just doing what they're supposed to do. But there's a whole folder, folks, a whole folder of receipts with people's names on it, with videos, pictures of the conditions of the school. You literally have abuse. You have educators that are abusing children. You have principals that are retaliating against staff. You have a bunch of stuff that is going on here, and you wonder why this district is in chaos. Now, get this. I was contacted and I was told that there was a hiring freeze. So, you know me, I reach out to the district so I can get a statement on the record. The statement is on my page. You can read it. Okay. However, I'm being told that principals can't even hire people in their school due to the hiring freeze. Although I was told that the hiring freeze had nothing to do about schools. It had to do about district administrators and the administrative level. So y'all tell me. I don't know. Like I said, and like I always say, people lie, receipts don't. So this is where we are. Now, let's shift topics. Because parents, caregivers, now I'm talking to you. I find it funny that some of you have allowed your children to be playing video games all summer and have not picked up a book. I find it funny how you've allowed your child to make TikToks all day and you haven't allowed them to just take a break from their phone, take a break from the tablets, to do a digital detox so that they can be ready to go back to school. I just find it funny how some of you parents have allowed your children to just go freely out here in this world, have no idea where they are, and they are literally doing a door knocking challenge. They were in the fish hawk community, children, were in the fish hawk community, banging on doors at 4 o'clock at night, and they was posting it to TikTok. Now, if they're able to do that, just imagine what they're going to be doing on our school sites next year, this upcoming year, in a couple of weeks, huh? Because last year, they literally was destroying vending machines and doing challenges of stealing soap that we didn't have, by the way, in a pandemic. They were stealing stalls, whole stalls being destroyed. They were stealing teacher supplies, and they was posting it on TikTok. You know what they called it? The Devious Lick Challenge. You got the police in St. Pete talking about the number of Kias and Hyundais out here that have been vandalized and or stolen because there's a Kia challenge out here. Because there's people on TikTok that are trying to start cars with a USB device. I just find it funny how you have children that are 13, 14, 15 years old, and they are carrying guns. Parents, hello. To Monica's point, the lack of supervision is out of control. Hello. Parents, I don't understand what this is, but what I will tell you is that we have gone wild. This internet has gone wild. The things that people do for attention and affirmation on these social media platforms is outrageous. Outrageous. Now, parents, some parents. So y'all go to the school board meeting and y'all go read these content from books that y'all claim is in the library, although it's been very clear on the record that some of these books are not in the library, but go off. Y'all talking about these books and trying to ban books, but yet you haven't checked your child's cell phone. I need parents to I need parents to understand this. Okay? You need to check your child's cell phone. You need to know who they're talking to. You need to know who they're interacting with. You need to know what the hell is going on their device, because I'm telling you, as someone who works as a social safety expert for social media, who literally is out here flagging child pornography, who's literally out here documenting things that's happening on social media to hold people accountable, the stuff that is happening on social media is out of control. Not only from the parents and the adults out here that is acting a fool, but the children. I'm talking about the children. I can't do nothing with y'all adults that want to fight and carry on the social media apps and platforms. I can't do nothing with you. But the children that are under the age of 18 years old that are acting a fool on social media, we have a problem with that. And then y'all think that they're going to sit in classroom and behave when they've been sitting at home doing a whole bunch of stuff. You have no idea because you haven't checked their cell phone. You don't even know who the hell your child's talking to. Huh? So I'm sitting here judging you. I'm sitting here judging you because the lack of supervision is out of control. You have children that are downloading apps that they shouldn't be downloading. Parents, while you're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is on TikTok is beyond me. The terms of service say 13. The terms of service say 13, and your 8-year-old is participating in the blackout challenge. And now y'all want to sue TikTok, although the terms of service say 13 and older. And I'm sorry. There are children that are losing their life on these apps and platforms because you gave it to them. And nobody told you to give a child a device with no supervision. Parents, as the work that I do to make sure that we have safe social spaces and that children are safe online, I am embarrassed with the amount of parents that don't even know the passcode to your child's device that you pay for. You pay for that. You pay for their phone and you have no idea their password to their phone. And now, depending on what type of device they have, they can download apps where they can have certain apps that have a code on it. They have vaults where they are literally posting and sharing information in these vaults that will bypass their gallery roll. And parents, some of your children, you want to give them an iPhone and you have no idea how to set up Find My iPhone. You don't have the GPS where you could track their location. None of that is set up. But I'll tell you this. These cell phones is going to be one of the biggest problems to this school year because some of y'all have allowed your children to be on these phones all summer without them doing any type of educational activity. And you know what? A lot of these teachers say, I'm out. I don't blame them. Because there are some teachers that are out here during the summer that are driving Uber Eats and make more money driving for Uber Eats than they would in the classroom. That's a problem. Parents, I'm looking at you because, you know, as much as some of the parents that wanted to rally about these masks, wanted to rally about CRT, wanted to rally about all these different things, I need y'all to show up to the school. I need you to show up at home because for the life of me, I still don't understand why children are charging their phones in their room where they could wake up at any time of night to pick up their phone and talk to whoever they want to talk to while you sleep. Okay? I just find it funny how we want to police our educators about how they should talk about and how they should talk to children. Meanwhile, you have these football coaches that are out here cussing your kids out for a plastic trophy, and you say none of them. None. Nothing to them. Parents, when you show up every week to watch your child play whatever sports they want to play, I need you to keep the same energy with their education. The money that you spend on the jerseys and the practices and the cleats and all that, make sure that they come to school with a backpack and a pencil. Parents, it takes a village, and the dismantling of public education is right before your eyes. I'm telling you now, there's not going to be a lot of certified teachers in the school. You literally see the state of Florida announcing that they have over 9,000 vacancies and counting. So you can't get mad at the school because we don't have teachers. Meanwhile, when teachers call you about the behavior of your child, you don't want to hold your child accountable. It's automatically the teacher's fault. So parents, I'm looking to you, because this whole summer I've been seeing children streaming online, playing these toxic video games online all summer. And the FSA data is here. Over 75% of our third grade babies are not proficient in reading. Let me say that again. Over 75% of our third grade babies are not proficient in reading. So I'm looking to you. Now, the comment says, the internet is dangerous. However, there are so many kids without parents. Even if their parents are present, it takes a village. You are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. This internet is dangerous. And I've been on here time and time again telling you about the dangers of some of these apps, particularly targeting our children. You have children that are watching videos on TikTok about how to make their cheeks fuller, about how to make their nose appear smaller. And then you wonder why we have a rise in mental health issues, because we literally have surgery and BBLs and modifying your body plastered in front of children, and they feel that they need to do that too. It's already impacted the adults. My friend literally came from a different country and literally saw a line of wheelchairs lined up from people getting BBLs outside of the United States. So, parents, I'm back to you, because there are children literally out here in a community that are stealing cars, that are doing TikTok challenges. And I need y'all to have more oversight with what your kids are watching and doing online. And if you need help on how to do that or what to look for, check thecellphone.com. It's a real website. It works. It's registered to me. Check thecellphone.com. Okay. I am offering free courses. I am offering tutorials. I'm offering classes, one-on-ones, to help make this place safer online for children. Check it out. Be involved. Be engaged. Now, a couple things before I go. I find it funny how some of the adults, particularly in the political space, have conducted in the ways that they have. It's very heartbreaking to see. We have a vital election that's here. We have a primary that's coming up August 23rd. I hope that you have your ballot. I hope that you're registered to vote. I hope that you know who you're voting for. I hope that you know where to find out information on who you're voting for, because there are some seats for school board, county commission, city council. We have a governor's race, state senate, Congress. It goes on and on. These vital seats. I need you to know. I need you to know down this ballot who you're voting for. Now, I'm very sad because there are some people that are out here in the community that claim that they want to provide information to the community and claim that they want to be an advocate for the community, but it comes with a price tag. And that's the stuff that we need to address. I find it funny how there's some people out here that say that they want to do the work for the community, but only if it comes with a price tag. Now, I can understand folks that don't want to work for free, and I get it. But at that same time, we need to be intentional with what we're advocating for. Because if we're going to advocate for change and we're going to advocate for our students, then we need to make sure that we do that. And we need to make sure we have clean hands doing it. Because I'm telling you that there are some unclean hands out here in this political space claiming that they're doing the work for the children and they are not doing it. The receipts are not found. I think that it's time that we really reflect on what we're doing and what we're not doing. Okay? Now, the state of Florida, the Republicans have had control over this state since 1999. And you have some members of the Democratic Party that are infighting each other so much so, and then wonder why we can't win. Our children are worth more than the political games that people are playing. Our children are worth more than the back and forth infighting that's happening with these adults. Our children are worth more than the cap on these apps where people are just volunteering to post lies on the internet like anybody cares. Our children are worth more, and we have to do better for them. So my call to action to you, because I've been on here an hour. Number one is to prioritize your peace and your health, which is how I started this whole thing, talking about my journey, having open heart surgery and really having to evaluate protecting my peace. Because there's a bunch of stuff that I could be saying right now, but I'm protecting my peace and not even opening that door. Protecting your peace means that you are staying in your lane and that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're minding your business. Protect your peace out here, because there's only one of you. The second thing is for you to be intentional with our children out here, because I'm telling you, some of our children are lost and misguided. And these apps are one of the main reasons why. Parents, I need you to check these cell phones and I need you to figure out who the hell your children are talking to. Who are they following on social media? Because I can go on Twitch right now and I'll do one better. If you don't know what Twitch is a program or let me pause that. Let's see. I'm going to show you a popular streamer who was just live. Okay, let me do this here, share screen. Okay.
Man, I swear to God, I'm on Instagram. I swear to God, if they spend.
They're just mad that you're making the parents' yearly salary in a fucking hour.
This is Aiden Ross.
That's crazy.
Why do you always bring up money?
Millions of views. Your kids might know him, but might watch him.
If anything,
He
you know what you
is
could do?
literally
Matter of fact, if anything, you know
gambling
what you could do?
with
Because you gonna sleep
cryptocurrency
anyway, so just go
on
ahead and take your
Twitch.
nap.
Okay.
And then
your kids.
you wake up
Okay.
before.
All right. There's another video here where you literally had a young boy, I want to say he's like 16 years old, and he decided to light fireworks. Let me put his name in here. Speedy. Okay. This had 2.4 million views. Okay. Okay. This is on YouTube, folks. You can go look at this yourself. Okay. This boy is streaming on, well, he got kicked off of Twitch. So he's streaming on YouTube exclusively, but he was on Twitch before. And he is literally going to light this in the house. Here we go. This is what your kids are watching.
No.
Look at all the comments that are coming on the side of the screen from people commenting. Adults ain't watching this.
Pikachu! Stop! Mom! Mom! No! Stop! Mom! Oh, shit! Mom! Oh, my God, Mom! Mom! Oh, my goodness! No! Oh, my God, it's in a fire! No, it's not! Yes, it is! It's not! What the fuck is you doing? I didn't know! I thought. Oh, my God! Stop! Turn that stream off! I didn't. Oh, my God, this is so fire! I didn't know. I thought it was the popping ones, Mom. Oh, my fucking God.
And his mama said, turn that stream off.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not.
Now, let's look at the comments, okay? The comments say, I love how he is jumping around like a caveman who discovered fire. Speed will never see Pikachu the same way again. He's so lucky that he didn't light any other fireworks he had in that box. This is so hilariously idiotic. Parents. Now, okay. Then you have cartoons. My teacher got me pregnant. I'm 16 and I date my teacher. I just type cartoons, teachers love me. And these are the results. Okay. My teacher crush adopted me. My teacher did things to me in our classroom. Hello. Parents. So I go back to saying that you need to be intentional with what your children are watching and what they're participating in, because here we are. All right. Well, I love y'all. Please be intentional with your ballot. please know who you're voting for and vote down that ballot. Please encourage other people to vote and make sure that they're voting down the ballot. Please, because yeah. But anywho, I hope that y'all have a great Sunday. Y'all take care of yourselves. And back to you, pastors, to circle this back up. If you ain't out here doing the will of God and you out here using the church to fund your lifestyle, you better buckle up, baby, because we coming after IRS exemptions. You hear me? To the parents, you need to make sure that you check your child's cell phone and what they're watching, who they're watching, and what they're following. Because there's a bunch of children that follow that young boy right there. And the mom is very well aware of the content that he posts on social media. But when you're getting a bunch of money, here we are. And this is why kids want to be influencers. And they want to be Instagram models. And they want to be these TikTok stars, which is not sustainable. And to the community, please do what's right for our children, because our children deserve better. Thank you, love you, and have an awesome weekend.